Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video. My name is Su Patel and I am all about self-worth, helping people create more joy, more abundance, more love, more fun in their lives so that they can live their best life, all right? So today's topic is around really creating self-worth or a high level of self-worth in your job or in your career. Now, here's what I want to say to you is that a lot of the time we end up going into jobs out of desperation. And I get it, sometimes, we experience hard times and we need to just get a job, any job, all right? But what happens is that we get into that job and we get comfortable with the money that we get paid and, the hours that we do or whatever, some of the perks that, we end up enjoying, all right? And what we overlook is that actually, have we just settled for what came along rather than actually creating what it is that I really, really want, all right? And 9 times out of 10, it isn't what we really, really want. It's just, we just need to get something and we need to be comfortable, all right? So what we're doing there is we're settling and we're not living into our full potential, all right? And that is where your low self-worth starts to get experience, because now you're working for a company that doesn't always value you. But hold on a minute, are you valuing yourself by being in that company? You're working with people who don't respect you and listen to your ideas, but actually, are you respecting yourself by being there still? You've got goals, you've got wishes, you've got dreams, but you're not working on those dreams and those goals because you're just comfortable being in that job and you're not focusing on the things that you want to really achieve in your life, all right? And you're just doing what you need to do. You're on autopilot, you're just plodding along. Like, if that's you, then let me tell you, right, you can turn it around. But what I want to say to you is that your lack of self-worth will also be contributing to how much you get paid, all right? Because you feel currently that the strengths that you have, the experience that you have, the skills that you have is what is worthy of the pay that you're receiving now, all right? But all of that is created in one place, in your mind, all right? It's got nothing to do with what the employer wants to pay you. It's got nothing to do with your boss. It's got nothing to do with what you're doing and not doing. It's all got to do with what you're thinking over here about yourself, all right? Your internal self-worth and the internal self-image that you have of yourself is what is then being seen externally, all right? So when you can start, really working on yourself, and and it does take a while because you're so used to living in a certain way, you're so used to feeling not good enough, you're so used to constantly, doubting yourself, you're constantly thinking about, feeling this imposter syndrome of I'll get caught out if I try to do something bigger and better, and I might fail, or you're fearing failure, or you're fearing that you're not good enough to go and do something else. But actually, I've seen it time and time again, all right, that you going into doing a bigger role or a higher role has absolutely got nothing to do with the skills that you have, the qualifications that you have. It's all to do with you leveling up internally, all right, and creating a self-image of the person who can create 10x in your salary, or can create living in your dream home, and can create working for a company that really values you, all right? But it all starts with you working on your mindset. And how do you start doing that? Well, the first thing that you've got to do is start to create for yourself is, who is it that you want to be, right? Is what kind of person do you want to be? Because you've told yourself so often, so many times, that you're not good enough, that you don't have the confidence, that you can't be bigger than what you are right now. You can't earn more money. You can't go and work for, the big company that you want to go and work for and experience being treated like a boss, like a leader, all right? So you've told yourself that so many times, all right? But I just want you to get a blank piece of paper and write down, who is it that you want to be? Who is this person? Write your name down and, who is this person that you want to create yourself to be in the future, that what is it that you want to live into, okay? When you can write that down, that I'm confident, I'm a leader, that when I speak, people listen, people value my opinions, I'm a game changer, I'm an influencer, I'm a visionary in my organization. When you can really create that, write all those things down, whatever ones work for you. How do you want to be? What's the difference that you want to make to people and their lives, all right? And once you can get clear on that, you can then start, actually living into an identity of someone who can have all those characteristics and all those and experience those emotions of being valued and supported, and really being a leader and stepping into that leadership role. Okay, and then you've got to start really looking at, okay, what is it that has you believe that you're not good enough? What is it that has you believe? What experiences have happened to you in your past that have you believe that you aren't where you need to be? All right, when did somebody tell you that you weren't good enough? Or when did you tell yourself that you weren't good enough in the past? When did you experience a time when you failed at something and you decided you weren't ever going to go for amazing opportunities again? So what happened in the past? And you got to really recognize, like, make a list of all those scenarios that happened to you, right? And really recognize that all those scenarios happened in the past when you had that level of awareness. All right, you now have a different level of awareness. You don't need to hold on to those limiting beliefs anymore, and you can create new beliefs. You can start creating new affirmations about the things that you believed about yourself, okay, from your past. So affirmations are a really, really great way for you to start developing a new identity, a new self-image, to live into the person that you want to become. All right. And then, of course, like I always say, creating a vision board, goals, objectives that you really want to create for your life, not just for your career, but also what is it that you want externally, like from your work, right? Because work is just one segment of your life. What do you want for your health? What do you want for your relationships? What do you want for the amount of money that you want to earn? What is it that you want for, your education, your learning, your personal development, and write all those things down. Because when you've got clarity on what it is that you want, you're going to forget about comparing yourself to other people, all right? You're going to be someone who's staying in your lane to create the life that, you want to create. Okay, so I really want you to take this on, right? Is that your lack of self-worth is having you be in a toxic work environment, and you don't need to be there. All right, I don't want that for anybody. I don't want anybody to be in a toxic work environment where they're not valued, where they're not respected, what they say doesn't go, they can't influence change, and they're just plodding along, right? Nobody deserves that. You don't deserve that. I don't want that for you. But actually, the whole time you're not valuing yourself, the whole time you don't have a higher level of self-worth, you're enabling that environment to be around you, all right? You're enabling people around you to be that way with you, all right? So really take that on and start making a plan of how are you going to get yourself out of this environment. Toxic environments don't change, but we can. Like, you can't do anything about your boss being a certain way, your colleagues being a certain way, the culture being a certain way, but what you can do is change who you're being. You can change how you're being in that environment, and and get out of it. And I know I'm not saying that you've got to leave your job, right? But it is really about you, working towards creating an environment for yourself that empowers you, that enables you, that listens to your greatness. Okay, so please take that on, and really start looking at how can you develop a higher level of self-worth so that you can then create the career, the job, the opportunities that you really want. The minute you start creating a higher level of self-worth internally, you will start seeing that externally, everything will start falling into place, and the right opportunities will come along for you. All right, so thank you so much for being here with me. Obviously, please do like and subscribe to my channel so that we can reach more people, and also connect with me on my LinkedIn page, where I'll be delivering loads more content throughout the week as well. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.